GM. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello. This is Rachel Wilkins. Welcome to the Good News Show. I have lost my voice. So this is the perfect time to be launching a brand new version of the Good News Show. Let's see. Let's make sure that we are actually streaming. Let's see if this is happening. I'm going to check all the places. Let's see. Oh, we are actually live. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is a small miracle, folks. We are live on Unlonely right now. Woohoo! We made it happen. What's up, Aaron? Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is happening. I want to just tell you what is happening in my little studio setup right here. We have the phone recording because we're going to try and put this on Drakula in little short snippets. We have streaming via StreamYard to YouTube, to Twitch, to Twitter, to X, to all those places. And we are on Unlonely for the first time, which, by the way, can we talk about how awesome their little setup is here? I can see the chat. I can see what's happening. I'm loving this. Love it, love it, love it. So shout out to, I think it's Brian and Grace behind the Unlonely team. Very excited to dive into that. But this is it, folks. We are here. This is the Good News Show. And apparently we have something called Vibes. Huh. All right. Vibes it is. Well, I hope you have something strong in your cup. I have some very strong black coffee. So I'm going to have a sip of that, and then we're going to get into it. I'm going to tell you what the show is all about. But I am also going to try, before we get into it, to just retweet this, I think. Oh, God. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this, see if we can actually make this happen in all of the places. The irony that I've lost my voice for this show is not lost on me. Oh, here we go. We are actually live in all the places. This is so great. All right. Coffee is in the body. We are going to do this. So when I'm looking at it right now, on Unlonely, it says that I'm muted. Aaron, can you just confirm that that is not true and that you can actually hear me? That would be awesome. Let's see. I can hear you. Hurrah! All right. Let's do this. Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. So whether you are just joining us for the first time, or maybe you're a part of our returning family, you are in for a treat today, because this is not just another episode. It is the dawn of something super exciting. Welcome to the Super Chain Spotlight edition of the Good News Show. I am your host with a very much losing a lost voice, Rachel Wilkins, and I'm thrilled to have you with us as we embark on this journey together every Wednesday into the heart of the super chain ecosystem. So before we even get into any of the good stuff, here's what is on the menu for today's show. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be diving into bite-sized learning segments about the super chain, as well as the incredible applications that are being built on top of it. And hold on to your seats, because we do have a special treat, last-minute hero, who is going to be joining us as a special guest, and that is Alex Masmej. He is the brilliant mind behind the brand new Drakula app, and he will be joining us at about 30 minutes into the show. We're going to explore his journey and also get the inside scoop on Drakula and how he sees it as a way to leverage the super chain to create something super powerful for video creators. And if you missed the news yesterday, or perhaps you're not in the Farcaster ecosystem, which don't worry, we'll get into that shortly, Drakula actually announced an amazing creator fund that is going to pay creators up to $1,000 a week in DGen. Again, don't worry, you don't have to even know what DGen is right now, but just know there's some internet money that could be coming to you for doing exactly what you're doing probably right now on Twitter. That's basically the news. All right, so if this is your first time tuning into the Good News Show, a big warm welcome to you. We have been around since 2022, and in 2023, we partnered with Timepieces, which, if you don't know what Timepieces is, it is an amazing initiative by Time. It is a groundbreaking Web3 initiative focused on community and art. And over the last couple of years, we have rolled out over 350 episodes every Monday and opened our doors to over 100 guests. We've dived deep into the minds of some of the most brilliant innovators out there. And all of this has really just been in pursuit of one thing, and that is to build a community of forward thinkers like you who share our excitement for the emerging tech revolution that we all find ourselves in right now. Now, again, please bear with me because I did lose my voice. Ironically, it happened last night. So, of course it did, right? The night before we do a brand new show, of course I'm losing my voice. That's how this goes. So, and again, we are live in multiple places. So if you're watching this on Twitter, give it a retweet. If you're watching this on Unlonely, hello, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. If you're in the chat, say hello. Let me know where you're joining us from. Let me know if you have something exciting happening. Let me know where you're at in terms of the super chain, what your level of knowledge is on a scale of 1 to 10. All right, so a little bit about me. I am Rachel Wilkins. I am a staunch believer in the power of Web3 and how it is reshaping our world. And apart from guiding you through this show, I do wear several hats. I am a part of the Timepieces Community Council. I steer the ship at Artiversity, and I am a managing partner of Audio Galleries. And through my previous company, Conception Arts, I had the pleasure of supporting over 8,000 artists in 16 cities worldwide, witnessing firsthand how creators can revolutionize the digital landscape. So Web3 has been my playground since 2021. I guess I could call myself an OG at this point. I joined in March 2021. And as an advisor over the last couple of years, I've helped guide both for-profit and nonprofit bodies through the maze of Web3 strategy, including leading the strategy to bring the first Keith Haring NFT to Sotheby's in 2022. I've continued to advocate for this new wave of technology at places like UCLA and the New Museum in New York City. And yep, in 2022, my passion led me here to The Good News Show, a platform that we created to highlight the positive trailblazers in this new tech revolution. Now, full transparency, the reason that I started this show, the reason that I was inspired to start this show wasn't something very positive. It was the FTX crisis. And I had found myself just coming onto the timeline on X every single day and just seeing doom and gloom and doom and gloom and doom and gloom. And it was a really tough time. Like, a lot of members of our community were losing money. We have community members that had lost the entire life savings. It was a really just dreadful moment in our crypto history. And one of the things that concerned me was that we were going to start to lose really good people. We were going to start to lose innovators. We were going to start to lose thoughtful builders and visionaries and artists because of the negativity about this timeline. And I think with everything in new technology, there's going to be nefarious actors and there's going to be visionaries and builders. And so what we wanted to do was to just reframe the timeline. We're certainly not Pollyanna in any way, but we wanted to make sure that the news stories that focused on the good, that focused on innovation, were centered, and that there was a place where people could come and have hope and feel optimistic about what we were building here. So that's a little bit of history in terms of what got us to where we are today. But with this new weekly show, this show that we're going to be doing every single Wednesday, we're actually going to be zooming in on something very specific, and that is the super chain. Now, it's not just another blockchain. It's a new frontier with massive potential for creators and builders to become part of a thriving new economy. So whether you are deeply entrenched in the super chain right now, or just curious about dipping your toes in, this show is hopefully for you. And we're here to unpack the super chain and also unpack the applications that are built upon it to bring you the freshest, most impactful information so that you can actually make the best decisions for you, the best decisions on where you invest your time, where you invest your energy in this digital age, because time is money, friends. Time is everything. And I know it can be completely overwhelming with all this new information. So let's get started. We're going to jump into the Good News Show. We're going to talk about the super chain, and we are going to start episode 1. Oh my goodness. But before we do that, I'm going to make sure that the tech is functioning in all of the places, because we are live in so many places. If you are watching on Unlonely, please do drop a hello. This is brand new for us, and we would love, love, love to know who's here. So shout out to Aaron. I see you in the chat. If you're watching on Twitter, wondering what the hell Unlonely is, don't worry, we'll get there. All right, folks. So let us jump into Superchain business. All right, so what the heck is the superchain? Well, before we talk about the superchain, let's just talk about the why. Why we're even here talking about the superchain. I get it, right? Just when you thought you were kind of getting the hang of blockchain, along comes this new concept, the superchain. And if you're thinking, oh no, not another thing to learn, believe me, I'm right there with you. We're going to be learning out loud. Yes, feeling the pressure and sometimes feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and that's okay. But why I am so excited to talk to you about this is I really feel that this is a crucial, invaluable even moment for us to really wrap our heads around. And so let's face it, the blockchain world, particularly ETH mainnet, has been a game changer for artists, for creators, and for builders. But it is also getting pricier by the minute. And it's making it really tough for emerging creators and builders to even keep up. The price of Gwei in the last couple of weeks has been bananas. Let's face it, it's been crazy. And it's left a lot of creators thinking, do I even deploy? And yep, there are definitely alternatives like Solana, bustling, Solana and Tezos as well, equally bustling with their own unique ecosystems. But what is inspiring me about the superchain, and by superchain, we're talking about Base, Optimism, Zora, is something else. Because I think what they're building is not just a new paradigm. I feel like they're actually setting out to simplify. And that is a big one for me. Not just simplify, but also to empower. I feel they want to give us, the creators, the builders, the dreamers, the tools to actually forge applications, experiences, and businesses that aren't just game-changing, but potentially world-changing. And that, my friends, is why we are here today, to peel back the layers of this thing called the superchain and understand how it might just be the bridge that we've been looking for in this vast and often confusing digital landscape. All right. I hope you're still with me, folks. Voice is going by the second, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk about the superchain. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna do some shout outs. We're gonna look at some artwork, and we are also gonna talk about Farcaster, and we have a special guest. So, all right. So, what is the superchain? All right. So, first of all, the superchain is a unifying force, bringing separate chains together into a network that share resources like security, governance, and communication. And all of this sits on the OP stack. Now, why does this matter? We've all been there hearing about the potential of decentralized web, dreaming about a world where we can transact as easily as we can send a text without those pesky middlemen. But here's the kicker. Our current blockchain technology isn't quite there yet. It's a bit like trying to stream the latest 4K movie on an old dial-up application. And essentially, we need more juice, and that's exactly what the superchain is aiming to provide. So this isn't just about faster transactions or cheaper fees, though these are definite perks. It's also about scalability and the ability to grow and support more users and applications without losing a beat. And how does the superchain propose to do this? Well, by running multiple chains in parallel, which in layman's terms means spreading out the workload so that we don't overload a single system. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike the multi-chain setups that we've seen, where each chain can be a whole new headache, the superchain aims to standardize things. And this means less security nightmares and easier integration for developers. It's like moving from a cluttered, disorganized workspace to a well-oiled machine where everything has its place. Sounds good, right? Hopefully you're still with me. We're going to try and keep this as simple as possible. Now, for the tech savvy out there, you may be wondering about the nuts and bolts of these things. Things like shared bridges, cheap deployment, and secure transactions. Let me tell you, the teams behind the superchain have been busy bees working on making it easier and safer to jump between chains, ensuring that your digital assets are safe, secure, and making it a much more cost-effective solution to deploy new applications. But here's the part that really gets me personally excited. It's the possibilities that it opens up. We're talking about a future where applications can be built on a truly scalable blockchain infrastructure, where data is verifiable, where developers can focus on creating without being bogged down by back-end logistics. And what does that mean for us as users? Well, it means that there's more reliable services, more innovative applications, and a smoother experience in this digital frontier. And so I personally am so here for that. So what's the bottom line? The superchain isn't just another tech buzzword. It's a vision for the future of blockchain, one that's scalable, integrated, and most importantly, accessible. And while there's definitely still work to be done, the roadmap laid out by the superchain team shows a clear path towards making this vision a reality. All right, so that's the kind of boring techie stuff out of the way. And again, bear with me, I've totally lost my voice. So I'm sorry about this little husky voice that we have going on here. So Aaron, I see you. I appreciate you jumping in the comments. Correct. We don't need any more education. We need simplification. And this is, yeah, LFG. This is where we're at. So I'm going to try and keep it in as simple terms as possible, folks. But I want to do a few little shout outs. So we're rolling through. My coffee is strong so far. No tech issues. Woohoo! You are here. And I'm super grateful for the 7 people watching on StreamYard. And I think 3 people watching on Unlonely. But this is how we build, folks. We start small. Please do drop a hello in the comments. Let me know where you're joining from. If this is your first Good News Show, welcome and stick around. We're going to be announcing exciting ways that you can get more involved with the Good News Show, including the opportunity to win prizes, some guest spot appearances on our Monday show with Time, and so much more. Let me clear my throat. Okay. Did I mention I'm losing my voice? It's all good. We're all good. So before we do dive deeper, what I would like to do is to share shout outs to some amazing people that are lighting up my learning path. I am very much not an expert. I am here as your guide, and I'm going to be learning out loud alongside you. And I just want to make sure that I give flowers to the people that are inspiring me on my learning journey and helping me to gather the knowledge and information that I'm going to be trying to simplify and distill and bring to you. So first shout out is to Prof. Werder and Adrian over at GM Farcaster. Talk about dedication. They have put out over 200 shows packed with insights. So if you're looking to crack the code on Farcaster and uncover its vast potential, these ladies are your go-to. So if you're not following them, you are totally missing out because they are just doing this show every single day, 21 minutes, I think, 21 minutes every day. Let me tell you, we did the Good News Show every day for about 4 months, and that is commitment. It is a lot of work to show up every single day. So big, big props to the ladies for just being a source of alpha and information for everything on Farcaster. Make sure you follow them on Farcaster, aka Warpcast. We'll get to that at /GM Farcaster. All right. I also can't move forward without giving a warm shout out to the team at Unlonely. What an amazing platform they've given us for streaming. It's all about connecting, sharing, and learning in this vast digital expanse. And I am just scratching the surface right now with Unlonely, but I am super excited for what's to come. So to the team, thank you. Thank you for building something that is decentralized and providing us with amazing tools so that we can build a more decentralized world. All right. Also, shout out to my right-hand tech man in so many endeavors. That is Brock, aka Mr. Breadcat, and founder of the Fiches. What would I do without you, Brock? Seriously, from my most intricate questions to the not so great ones and slightly embarrassing ones like, hey, help, where is my crypto gone? It's disappeared out of my wallet. No, it hasn't, Rachel. It's still there. But yes, we won't talk about that. But here's to many more collaborations and late night brainstorming sessions. If you don't know who Brock is, go follow Breadcat on Farcaster. He's awesome. And I will also want to give a shout out to Aaron V. Special nod to you, Aaron. Your insights and resources on Superchain applications have been gold and helped me prepare for this show today. So give Aaron V a follow and make sure you subscribe to his newsletter. All right, so with those acknowledgements out of the way, let's pivot to what we're all here for. So the superchain is not just a concept, it is a breathing, living ecosystem with real-world applications. Now, we can't talk about real-world applications on the superchain without talking about Farcaster, the platform that is sending shockwaves through the crypto community and leaving poor little Elon quaking in his space boots. Oh my goodness. Now, we're not going to go too deep on Farcaster because number one, I am still very much learning. And number two, you can go watch GM Farcaster with Prof and Adrian for that alpha. But with the buzz around decentralized social media growing louder, especially with post-Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it, drama, there is one name that keeps popping up, and that is Farcaster. But what is all the fuss about? Let's break it down. So what is Farcaster? Well, it was born from the minds of two Coinbase alumni, and it's not just another social media platform. In fact, Prof Werder told me it's a social networking platform, and I think that's a brilliant way to describe it. It's a whole new way to interact built on the sturdy shoulders of the OP stack and Ethereum scaling network. Now, it's not just your run-of-the-mill social network, it's a protocol, a framework upon which a myriad of apps can be built and can flourish. Now, if you're thinking, is it Warpcast? Is it Farcaster? Which one is it? I'm so confused. You're not alone. In fact, Prof Werder and I did a whole episode for GM Farcaster, which was me asking these, I don't want to say silly questions because there's no such thing as a silly question here. We are doing this, we're learning together. We're learning together out loud, no stupid questions. But you're right. You're right to be like, is it Farcaster or is it Warpcast? So Farcaster is the protocol. Warpcast is the star of the show. And that is what has been likened to Twitter. But it is so much more than Twitter, with users creating casts, following others, recasting posts in a dynamic, buzzing ecosystem. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds like Twitter or Instagram or whatever else. What sets it apart from the giants of social media? Well, apart from being decentralized, which means that no single entity has iron-fisted control, Farcaster champions transparency and an uncensorable environment. It is a breath of fresh air in a landscape that, let's be honest, has become a bit stifling. Now, I've been singing from the rooftops for quite some time about social media for the years that I've been working with artists, and that is, don't just build your fan base, your business on one platform, because you could spend years cultivating audience, building a fan base, building business on one platform. And you could log in tomorrow and that entire platform could be gone. And you would have zero recourse. You would have no way of getting in touch with those contacts, unless, of course, you'd worked in an effort to bring them off platform and put them on a mailing list and backed up that mailing list and blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. This feels like the solution because with your followers, they are unique to you. You can take them with you wherever you go. This is the future, folks. So very exciting. So why the sudden surge? Why all of the interest right now? What was it that sparked this explosion of interest in the last couple of months? Well, it's all about the frames, baby. And you're thinking, what the heck is a frame? And we're not even going to go deep into that because I'm going to get Brock here, hopefully, one week, maybe next week, to talk about frames. But let's just kind of give a little bit of a top level, what the heck is a frame? So since its introduction, Farcaster has seen its daily user count skyrocket from a cozy 2,000 to a whopping 28,000. And that's not just growth, that is a supernova of engagement. So frames, the feature that has everybody talking. Let's figure out what the heck a frame is. Now imagine scrolling through your feed and coming across a window with a variety of functions. Things like minting NFTs, browsing an art gallery, even snagging your own Girl Scout cookies. And we got a story about that, about Girl Scout cookies, but I'm going to wait till we get Prof Werder on the show to talk about that, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But imagine being able to do all of that without leaving the app, without leaving your feed. It's like having a mini app store in every single post, blending on-chain and off-chain activities seamlessly. Pretty revolutionary, right? So what's the takeaway here? Well, in a digital age craving authenticity, control, and community, Farcaster stands out as a beacon of what is possible when technology meets tenacity. It's more of an alternative to Twitter. It's a glimpse into the future of social media, one where freedom and innovation and also security aren't just ideals, but they're reality. They're our possible reality. So could Farcaster be the tool that empowers you, connects you, and elevates your online presence? Well, there's only one way to find out. Just do it, right? I don't know about you, but I've tried to stop being the person that needs to know all of the things before doing the things, because I find that I learn so much better and have much more of a richer experience when I just get in and just start doing. And I've found Farcaster to be truly supportive. I think it's a place where you can ask questions. People will jump in, they will tag people, they will help you. And I found that to be true pretty much since I've started becoming active. So just do it. Just set up an account, not financial advice, just advice. Just get going, get moving. And it could be the tool that empowers you, connects you, elevates your online presence. And so get connecting, get crafting, and get creating. Now, one more thing that we have to say about Farcaster before we move into our special guest segment, who should be joining us in about 3 minutes. I see you, Aaron. Drakula is such a game changer. Yes, it is. And we're going to talk about that. But we have to talk about degen, not degens, not the folks that are out there playing in the magical meme coin casino, but degen. One of my absolute favorite things about the Warpcast Farcaster ecosystem is degen tipping. It's a fantastic way to show love for the content that sparks joy or makes you think. And it's also an amazing way to earn funds to support your passion. Put simply, put out awesome content, consistently engage with others, and be a good human. And guess what? You're going to earn degen. So most of you are already doing that on the other apps of which we don't talk: Twitter, X, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. Bring it here to Farcaster, do those same things, and guess what? You're going to start earning some magical internet money called degen. Again, not financial advice, but here's what you will need. You'll need a Warpcast account. You'll need it connected to a functioning wallet, and you will need a stash of at least 10,000 degen and 3 posts under your belt. Once you've done that, degen is not just a currency, it is a high five in digital form. So let me see what Aaron has to say here. Degen is a game changer for creators, artists, and general humans. Reply Guys apparently did not win. Yep. It's here. It's happening. And I can say that I've had airdrops that far exceeded my expectations of what I would get as an airdrop, given the lack of activity I had on degen. So I can say wholeheartedly that I encourage every creator to get here. It is a super exciting opportunity. And so, yeah, amazing. All right. So, yeah, final pieces of advice when it comes to Farcaster or any of these applications is just don't overthink it. Just jump in, start engaging. You will learn so much more by doing and not thinking. And if you are looking for a fellow traveler on this journey, please do follow me at Rachel W on Farcaster. And we will navigate these twists and turns of this exciting new space together. We will learn, we will share, and we will grow as a community. How about that? Let's do it. Let's learn out loud. All right, so we got about, what do we got? 1 minute or so until our special guest. So what I would love to do, let me just make sure that our special guest is good to go. Hang on, hold please. Just gonna ping him. All right, all right. I'd love to do some art shout outs. So I did put a post out this morning to anybody on Warpcast who is, hey, Ron Smith, I see you. Ron saying, wow. Yeah, it's wow. We're going to go deeper on this, Ron, in Artivocity. So buckle up, folks. We will do some art shout outs. Okay, hold on. Bear with me. I got to get to Warpcast so I can see who tagged their work. All right, shout out to Aaron V, aka Aaron Vick, who has a collection right now, or he has a piece right now called I'm Glad That You're Here. What's it about? It's about overcoming the internal to face the external. Time to make new friends on base, and it's priced at 0.0025 ETH. Let me see if I can do this. No, you know what? I'm not even going to try and share my screen. Nope. Not even going to try that today, folks. Not until we're a little bit deeper into this. So go follow Aaron B. Just do that. Go retweet. No, it's not retweet. Recast. Go recast Aaron. I just did. You can go see it on my page. Also, shout out to Klaus Wilkie, who has a piece called Human Shapes of Matter, an exploration of AI's understanding of material and form, priced at 0.015 ETH. You can learn more about that piece. Currently 12 of 100 are minted. Beautiful work. Oh my goodness. Both of these are gorgeous. Aaron's piece, lovely. Love to know if there was a little self-portrait in there. And Klaus Wilkie's piece, sculptural, bronze looking, gorgeous. Love to see it. Amazing. So yeah, go give both of those gentlemen a follow. I got my special guest heading in right now. Let's see. Any other artists under this post before we move on? I don't think so. Let me make sure that Alex has the link. Hang on one second. Bear with me. And folks, while we're waiting, go follow Drakula app, whether you're on Twitter or whether you're watching this on... I don't know where you're watching this. Are you watching this on Farcaster? Let me know where you're watching this. That'd be good to know so we can figure out where this is flying or not flying. And we are going to get Alex in here. But while we do that, let me just tell you a little bit about the show. So this is the Good News Show. We're going to be here every single Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the Super Chain. This is the Super Chain Spotlight edition of the Good News Show. I am your host, Rachel Wilkins, and I'm thrilled to have you with us as we embark on this weekly journey together into the heart of the Super Chain ecosystem. So we're going to be getting into it right now with our special guest. Our special guest is the founder of Drakula app, and they have some really super exciting news happening. They have a brand new creator fund, and we're going to jump in. And if you have questions for Alex while we're rolling, please do drop them in the comments, and we'll do our best to get to them. So GM, Alex.
GM. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, so good to have you here. And can I just say thank you for being a total, like, degen in the sense that I was like, hey, Alex, last night, want to be on the show? And you were like, let's go.
Yeah, so, excited.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is last minute, but very happy it's happening.
And it's last minute and early because you're on the West Coast. So thank you for getting up. Alex, can you like elevator pitch what Drakula app is? Because we got some folks who are not in the Warpcast Farcaster ecosystem who are probably just hearing about this for the first time.
For sure. So Drakula is a short form video app. So think about it a little bit like TikTok or Instagram Reels. Except there's one difference, which is our goal is to make creators and actually even users earn from their social media activity. And so the first product we have, Drakula, is a you can speculate on social media creators from Farcaster. So you can basically bet on a creator becoming more popular, and every time someone buys, the price goes up. And then there's also like a loyalty reward system that we call Blood. Maybe we should rebrand to something a bit more friendly, but we have to deal with this as of now. And so you basically earn these points for using the app, whether it's like scrolling or sharing to your friends. And if they sign up, you get a referral bonus and things like this. And if you buy a token of a creator, we call it creator tokens, you also earn some of the loyalty points program. So yeah, it's basically an app that's very gamified and where you can bet on social media creators that you like, and it looks like TikTok. And so that's kind of the basics of Drakula. And so we aimed it for Farcaster creator, which is why you may have not heard of it if you were not in the Farcaster ecosystem, but that was our focus.
So I feel like this kind of came out of nowhere, which is always the way, but it's never the truth, right? Because it suddenly, I think right after the TikTok drama at Congress and the talks about it being banned in the US, all that was like front of mind in the news. And then all of a sudden I'm getting pinged by Breadcat saying, go check out this blood and go check out Dracula and create a video.
Yeah,
And
we
so,
launched the same day.
was that a coincidence, or was that planned?
It was partly planned because I think on December 16, TikTok decided to stop paying short form creators in the US. And I think that was one of the ideas we had. Like Dracula is called, like the vampire because we wanted to vampire attack TikTok. And that's like a term in crypto. I don't expect everyone to catch this reference, but like it means like, yeah, we are competing aggressively and getting people to switch over by paying them more money to our alternative. So it was always the case. Actually, the real reason why we launched that day was not because of the TikTok ban, but also because Ethereum got a lot more affordable for users. And we actually needed that because our cost diminished a lot with it as well. So we needed that upgrade, but that upgrade from Ethereum actually happened the same day as I think the bill getting passed in Congress for the TikTok ban.
What was the response like? Because I know personally, I got pinged. I'm like, okay, let me go over, let me add a video right away, and immediately got like 6,000 views and earned all this blood. And I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know what's happening, but I'm just gonna roll with it. But
Right.
what was the response like? Did you get some folks coming over from TikTok, or is this mainly kind of the Farcaster community onboarding?
Yeah, so I think it was like really loud on Farcaster. That was pretty crazy. And I guess like yeah, we did talk to other like TikTokers that were, tech friendly. And I think the fact that it did so well with Farcaster established a bit more legitimacy for other content creators who are adjacent to Farcaster. And so to me, there's two types. Yeah, there are like some tech TikTok creators who are tech savvy. They're not particularly into Farcaster, but now they see what's happening and they're like, okay, like maybe I should interest myself in this and I should try it out. And then also another category is people who are musicians who use Web3 and NFTs to like sell their music in various ways. I think they also were interested. They were not particularly in Farcaster, but they're like, okay, like, I went on Sound XYZ and other music NFT platforms. And so my goal is to experiment. I want to try this out. So yeah, these are like two adjacent categories. We can talk more about like the Mr. Beast of this world, but I think they're not fully ready yet for this world. But our goal is to get there.
So talk to us a little about what this means for creators. Perhaps, there's a lot of folks watching this right now on X and on YouTube who are not in this ecosystem. If there are people who are already putting out video content, like what is the incentive here? Because you did just make a major announcement this week, but what's kind of the goal and what can people accomplish by doing this?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think like as I said initially, the goal is to basically make creators earn their fair share for participating in a social network. And so we started with speculation because that's what crypto is at its core. And we definitely want to become less about speculation and more about videos over time. And so one thing we announced yesterday is for posting original content on our app, you will be rewarded in DGen tokens, which is the main tipping currency on Farcaster. And they generously gave us a grant before we implemented this feature. And DGen has been going up like crazy. And so we're not using it for us to, buy cars or something. We're using it to give out 100% to content creators. And so we just announced this creator fund, which I think is roughly like $300,000-$400,000 to basically, like reward creators up to $1,000 a week. And so we really want you to earn more from your content. I think one thing I like to say is like your social media content is enough. You don't need to do some side merchandising or other things. We want to reward you for this. And so this is basically, it is organic in the way like this is not our business money. Like we got a grant and so we're giving out the grants, but we're going to figure out many ways together how to make this work sustainably. But right now, because obviously we've had this loud launch, we want to just like continue the momentum and pay creators. And also like, yeah, part of the reason why we're doing this is like figuring out like what is some on-chain mechanism or pricing that would be sustainable. We have some ideas. And so, yeah, but so basically I would recommend people to apply, like, there's money here. We want to try together. And this will go on for many months for sure, like at least 10 weeks, I think, given the budget we have. And I think our hope is like, because the crypto craze is going great, hopefully it continues. So we basically use the speculation to like make a living for creators. So pretty happy about that.
Talk about long-term vision. Where do you see this going and growing?
So long-term vision would love to take over TikTok. I think like TikTok being banned in the US is very interesting. We have a lot of work to do. I think crypto technology has to improve. It is still a little difficult to use. We have to improve the feed quality. We have to get closer to a recommendation algorithm like TikTok. Even the pricing mechanism. So right now it is a bit like a casino game where you buy and sell, and like you don't unlock anything particular with the creator. The price is very volatile. So like if you become very popular on a platform, your price becomes less and less affordable. So there's a lot of things to fix, but I think we have fixes for everything. Like for instance, like for the pricing mechanism, I'm very excited about Fabric, the Fabric protocol, which is like a good middle ground, which is like, it's not a casino, it's a fixed price, no one gets burnt. And so it's more mainstream friendly. And at the same time, there are some incentives. Like you can earn money as an early subscriber of a Fabric creator. And so could be the good middle ground between like, meme coins on one hand of the spectrum and Patreon on the other hand, which is completely altruistic, but obviously like makes less money for creators than in Web3. And so I think that's one of the solutions, like having a more sustainable pricing mechanism, but yeah, also the feed, and then also just the crypto infrastructure, like making it truly invisible, making it in US dollars. I think those are like 3 good starting points.
Absolutely. Do you feel, I mean, I think one of the biggest things that kind of became, I guess, prohibitive and friction filled was the addition of advertisers on TikTok. Obviously for a lot of creators, it's, wanting to find a way to have sustainable businesses, but also wanting to kind of stay true to their vision. Like, how do you see advertisers playing out in this long-time vision?
To me, like, yeah, we should probably have like direct advertiser to creator transactions on the app. And I think it's better for everyone because we can take a minuscule fee, like 1%. Like today, advertisers directly reach out to content creators. And so TikTok is missing out on this. And then like by doing this, I think advertisers can reach way more creators. Right now, usually they reach like Chai D'Amelio and the big stars of TikTok. But if everything was on the blockchain, a creator could maybe buy a token of, all the creators above 10,000 followers on Farcaster because it's all an open social graph.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, like advertisers should directly reach out to creators. That will give way more opportunities for many creators, even if they have smaller communities. So I think that's gonna be easier for creators to get sponsors. And then yeah, creators could accept, and maybe it would be in the front of a bounty, which is like, hey, like post a video tagging this, and automatically a bounty will be dispersed. Like I feel like there's a lot of crypto rules that can happen automatically to disperse things. So to me, like advertising is not going to disappear. People are always going to pay for attention. But instead of advertisers paying TikTok, they should directly pay creators. And then we can take a small fee. So I feel like that's more sustainable for the company and also for the creators too, because we will not actually have pure advertising on our app the same way TikTok has. So I would say like creators will capture a way bigger share of the value spent by advertisers, and actually even maybe their fans. I think advertisers could also give out some tokens or bounties or NFTs in the future that would unlock some special discounts on some website. And it could be also better spent advertising budget because you could also filter down through like people who bought a token from the creator that are like super fans of the creator. They're more likely perhaps to purchase things of that category. So yeah, like I think it's going to be an exciting times for advertising as well. And probably just like leaner because you can just directly spend money on creators and fans versus the platform.
I know it's super early for you to kind of make an assessment of this, but are you seeing any particular type of content actually resonate more with this audience, or is it still too early to assess that?
So I would say right now what's doing well is, I mean, that's also due to us because we are tweaking the feed to be more about big Farcaster content creators. And so I think like Ted Lasso, Ted is like, the star of Farcaster in terms of following.
Shout out to
And
Ted.
so everyone loves Ted. And so I think like Ted is probably like, I think she has like 15,000 views or something. Like, I think one thing that's pretty crazy is because our launch was really big, we did not, like some founders were like, oh, like you have to use this growth hack where like you buy the liquidity to like make it seem like it's going well, or you fake the view count. And for us, we didn't fake anything. It's just doing well. And so like you can see like on Koopa Troopa or all the large Fagaster profiles or TED, they get like shown first in the feed, and they have like tens of thousands of views. Like I think Ted has a video with over 10,000 views. Cooper, every video he has like 2, 3,000, which is like it's not millions yet, but it's actually more than their view count on TikTok,
That's
which
so
is pretty
funny.
funny.
I had well, my first video, and I think it was literally because I was early, was like over 6,000. Now I'm like
Oh wow!
20, 30. But I also know the game
Wow!
here. With any social app is consistency, and that is just
Right.
showing up and building audience. So I'm excited that we're going to actually chop up this video and we're going to put out a bunch of shorts on Drac just
Amazing. I'd love
to
to.
preach what we're teaching right here. So, all right. So what is the kind of minimum requirements for folks to be eligible for this grant money?
So, so the basic criteria is I think you need 3 unique collectors. So it can just be like one collector, one token per collector, but 3 unique collectors is our basic criteria for now. I actually don't remember the other ones. I think that was one of the most basic ones. And then yeah, of course, like post often content and
Like
make it
3
original.
posts a week, maybe
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it is three posts a week, 3 unique collectors, and it has to be original content. I think that was the original thing. And so basically, what's going to happen is there is this basic criteria for eligibility that lets you apply, and then the final curation will be at the discretion of a on-chain creator fund board, basically. And so that board is being formed as we speak. There's going to be some very exciting people part of the board that I can't wait to share, and it will be very soon. But so yeah, it's a community curated board, and that's it. So this is the basic criteria. That doesn't mean you're gonna get your grant straight away, and you will earn it straight away. But to be eligible, this is what you need, and then we will select more. Well, I think that's exciting. Is like I think we probably will select like 10 to 15 people, and that's something like 10 or 15% of the applicant number we have. So I would say like 10, 15% is actually like pretty high. Plus, if you actually keep being consistent, as you said, I think over like a couple weeks, I think earning at least once or twice seems to be very likely for creators. So excited about that. I think like this is also the cool thing is like because we don't have too many users, we have like 2,500 25,000 users in total in the app, and we have like maybe 2,000 creators at this point. The creator fund actually is like doesn't have to be split too thin because it's a large number for not too many creators yet. So I think that's what is exciting for us, which is if there's not too many creators, then come because and take your reward because it's attractive.
2 questions for you before we let you go and get on with your morning, since it's super early on the West Coast.
Right.
What are you personally excited about that perhaps is not out in the public domain yet? Like in terms of this tech, that's number 1. And number 2, what would you say to people who are feeling a little skeptic about the crypto ecosystem, but are seeing and are a little curious about the possibility of, showing up and being able to earn?
For sure. So what I'm most excited about the technology is I think I'm very excited about the intersection of social media and crypto. So like really what I'm doing right now. I think the Farcaster ecosystem is very exciting, where you basically do not have to build your social graph following again. Like all your followers port over from Dracula. And so we long talked about this thesis, but this is happening, right? Like Dracula kind of proved the thesis of like you can take a Farcaster followers, you will be shown on Dracula as one of the biggest creators if you have a large following on Farcaster. So to me, like this is exciting. People can earn more from just making content. Farcaster is a great social network that's open. The rules are not going to change on you, and they really let you have distribution. They let you share links. Like it's the opposite of X. So I'm very excited about the future of social media with crypto. And then about like potential skeptics, I understand. I think like latent demand is what's happening here with meme coins. So basically, people want to use real crypto products, but they don't have new crypto products. And so they resort to buying meme coins. And I think that's just the state of the industry not being fully ready for mainstream yet. Like the infrastructure is not good enough. And so I think for us, we were pragmatic and we're like, okay, well, let's play with it short term to get growth. And we got a grant, and then we launched the app, and we didn't even know how crazy the price action for DGen would be. But now it's great because we're a small stage startup with constrained resources, and we kind of like willed to existence a big creator fund. And so excited about that. And so I think hopefully, like if we can turn this like casino movement into funding more creators, that's one bullet at our disposal to beat TikTok. So very excited about that. But I think honestly, the crypto infra, like on-chain technology, is becoming very cheap and fast and very scalable. So I think soon enough it will be more than meme coins.
Why the super chain over anything else? Why should people be building here?
So I think like the super chain, any layer 2 part of the super chain is great because they're scalable, they're fast. It's a good business models for the company operating the chains, one. And two, like, yeah, for the user, it's a good experience because it's very fast and very affordable. And also it is secured by Ethereum. So that's why I personally like the super chain. We are on Base, which is by Coinbase. And Coinbase, I think, is willing to do a lot of things for us in terms of marketing. And another big one for Base is I think they have a lot of products to make it easy for Coinbase users to switch to Base. And so that includes, free USDC transfers from your Coinbase wallet to the Base chain, or not having to do KYC again, not having to verify your identity again with Coinbase Base. So excited about the super chain, excited about Base. This is where we're building our app, and I think it's been great so far.
All right, Alex, how can people find you, learn from you, get in touch with you?
Yeah, for sure. So my @ I guess is Alex Masmej. So my real name is Alexandre Masmejean. I'm from Paris, but it's AlexMasmej. I think you can see it just here on the screen. And so I'm at Alex Masmej on Farcaster, Warpcast, and also Twitter. And then Dracula is dracula.app. And Dracula app on Twitter and at Dracula on Warpcast.
Amazing. All right, folks, if you do one thing today, go sign up for Dracula, go post some original content, and who knows, you could start earning right away.
Yeah, and I'll buy your token. Just DM me, and I'm always curious to check out new creators.
You heard it here first. Big thanks to you, Alex. Thank you for
thank you so much, Rachel.
Yeah, thanks for being the last minute hero and jumping in to the first episode of the
Very
Good News
excited.
Show Super Chain Spotlight. Thanks, Alex. Have a great day.
Amazing. Thank you, Rachel. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, folks, that is it. That is episode 1 of the Super Chain Spotlight edition of the Good News Show. Please do share this. I know there's a ton of value packed into this show. Amplify it, share it wherever you think somebody could find this information useful. Retweet, reshare, recast, all of the things. And we're going to do this every single week. So next week, look out for another special guest who's building in this phenomenal ecosystem. Come, bring your questions. We are here to learn out loud together. And this is Super Chain Spotlight Good News Show, episode 1. Thanks, everyone. Bye.